What if everything you've been taught about the law of attraction is wrong? Have you visualized, affirmed, asked the universe, and still nothing happened? Has frustration set in? Exactly. The truth is, there's a forbidden step, deliberately hidden by the gurus, that is blocking everything you desire. And worse, it's deeply rooted in your subconscious, sabotaging you without you even realizing it. It's not about what you ask for. It's about how your subconscious is programmed to receive. And today, I'm going to reveal to you exactly how to access and reprogram this hidden part of your mind. Think for a moment. How many times have you found yourself repeating power phrases, visualizing perfect scenarios, imagining the life you want, but when you opened your eyes, reality seemed to mock you? How many times have you wondered why things seem to work for some people and never for you? Does the universe play favorites? Is there something wrong with the way you ask? Or is there something deeper, invisible, silent, yet in command of everything? What no one tells you is that your subconscious doesn't respond to the words you speak with your lips, but to the impressions quietly recorded within you. It's like fertile ground. The speech doesn't matter. What matters is the seed you plant there. If the root of scarcity, fear, doubt, or unworthiness is alive within you, what grows from that soil will always be a reflection of it. You can even repeat mantras, but if your heart still beats with the vibration of lack, the universe only gives back what you truly feel. And here is the forbidden point, the one nobody dares to talk about. The true law of attraction doesn't start with a conscious request, but with the silent programming of the subconscious. Joseph Murphy used to say that the subconscious is like an obedient but blind servant. It doesn't distinguish between right or wrong, just or unjust. It simply reproduces what is given to it in the form of emotion, belief, and image. And if, without realizing it, you've given it the command that you don't deserve it, that it's difficult, that nothing works for me, then that is the decree the universe receives. Now tell me, can you remember the first time you believed you were small? Can you recall the first time you felt that money was scarce, that love was unattainable, that dreams were too big for someone like you? Perhaps it came from an innocent phrase from your parents, from advice from someone you loved, or even from a traumatic experience that left its mark. These memories, hidden in the depths of the subconscious, continue to shape your reality today. What if I told you there's a way to access these silent roots and replace them with new seeds? A way to open the secret door of the subconscious and reprogram not just your thoughts, but the deepest vibrations of your soul. Imagine living without the weight of doubt, without the echo of old beliefs, walking with the confidence of someone who knows the universe responds to every step. That's what I'm going to reveal to you in this video. But before we go on, I need to ask you something important. If this topic has already sparked that feeling in you of, "This is what I've been waiting for," if it has touched on something you felt but never knew how to explain, then please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. This isn't just a gesture of support, it's also a signal to the universe that you're ready to receive something new. When you choose to open yourself to knowledge, you also create an opening for answers to flow to you. And since we're talking about opening doors, I want you to know something. There is transformative content prepared for you, something that can accelerate this reprogramming process and bring clarity like you've never experienced before. The link is in the first pinned comment. Click it when you feel the call and allow yourself to dive even deeper. This could be the missing step for you to finally understand how the subconscious responds to your desires. Because the truth is, until today, you may have only scratched the surface. You asked, you visualized, you believed for a few moments, but your subconscious, that silent giant that controls 95% of your life, was programmed for the opposite. And that's why nothing seemed to change. But now you're going to learn how to change the code. You're going to discover how to reprogram the invisible so that the visible can be transformed. And most impressively, the final revelation I'm going to share with you here is so powerful it can change everything in a matter of days. sometimes even hours. Because when the subconscious accepts a new idea as absolute truth, the universe doesn't hesitate to respond. It knows no limits of time or space. It simply obeys. Are you ready for this journey? Because what I'm about to share isn't theory. It's not a rehash of what you've already heard. It's the forbidden secret of the law of attraction, the one hidden in your subconscious. And when you understand this, nothing will ever be the same again. There's something curious and at the same time unsettling when we talk about the law of attraction. Most people discover it through motivational quotes, books promising instant wealth, or lectures about vibrating positively and believing. And in a way, all of this contains a fraction of the truth, but not the whole truth. It's as if you were given only the corner of a treasure map, and frustrated, you spent your life digging in the wrong place. The forbidden secret, the one that's almost never revealed, is that it's not enough to think, wish, or ask. The real power lies in what you silently feel, in what's already imprinted on your subconscious, even if you don't realize it. Joseph Murphy said the subconscious is like an old tape recorder that never stops. From the moment you were born, everything you heard, witnessed, felt, and believed was recorded in your deepest mind. With each repetition, this information became silent laws within you. If your childhood was marked by phrases like, "Money is hard-earned," "Life is tough," "Luck isn't for everyone," then guess what? Those seeds sprouted in the soil of your subconscious, and it began to create a reality that confirms exactly that. The cruelest part is that most of the time, you don't even know you're being guided by these programs. You can look in the mirror and affirm that you are prosperous. You can mentally repeat that you deserve abundance. But if deep down, there's an older voice whispering that's not quite right, the subconscious will listen to that silent voice. It doesn't argue, it doesn't debate, it doesn't choose. It simply obeys what is ingrained. And here is the great revelation. The universe doesn't respond to your conscious request, but to your subconscious vibrational state. What you manifest is not what you desire, but what you absolutely believe. It's like an invisible antenna broadcasting signals to life. You can say whatever you want, but the signal your subconscious emits is what truly reaches the infinite field of creation. This explains why so many people live in a cycle of frustrated attempts. They try to visualize but feel ridiculous. They try to affirm wealth, but their heart sinks with fear when they look at their bank account. They try to imagine love, but deep down they believe they're not good enough. They try to attract health, but they harbor the belief that illness is inevitable. Do you see the silent contradiction? What if I told you that this contradiction is the real reason your life hasn't changed yet? Because deep down, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are, what you accept as truth in the core of your mind. Think of it as a garden. You can plant flowers on the surface, but if the roots underneath are weeds, no beauty will last. And here's the good news. You can pull out the old roots and plant new seeds. Is it hard work? Yes, but it's possible. And when the subconscious accepts a new truth, the entire universe rearranges itself to reflect it. But how do you reprogram something you can't even see? How do you change what was imprinted without your choice? This is where what Joseph Murphy called the state of profound acceptance comes in. It is in this state, when the conscious mind relaxes and the subconscious opens up, that true transformation happens. This is why techniques related to sleep, gentle repetition before dozing off, and vivid, emotion-filled imagination work so well. In that moment, the rational filter dissolves, and the seed falls directly into the fertile soil of the subconscious. And here's a thought. How many times have you fed your mind before sleep with worries, fear of tomorrow, thoughts of scarcity? Without realizing it, you were giving orders to your subconscious to reproduce that in your life. And it obeyed faithfully, because that is its nature. So imagine the impact it would have if, instead, you chose to give it images of abundance, phrases of worthiness, feelings of confidence. It wouldn't just be positive thinking. It would be planting the correct instruction in the only place that truly creates your reality. Perhaps you've felt stuck in an endless cycle. You work hard, you strive, but something always seems to be missing. That something is the subconscious block. You sabotage yourself without realizing it because the subconscious is not rational. It is automatic, mechanical. It's like a loyal servant carrying out old orders, even if they no longer make sense. And until you give new orders, nothing changes. Now pay close attention. The forbidden secret of the law of attraction is not about wanting more, asking for more, or praying louder. It's about silencing the noise and teaching your deepest mind to accept a new reality. When you believe so intensely that the conscious mind can no longer doubt, the subconscious accepts it as law. And when it accepts, the universe bends. But don't think this is mysticism. Think about when you learned to ride a bike. At first, it was difficult. You doubted, you fell, you hesitated, but after so many repetitions, so many attempts, something shifted. The subconscious recorded the skill. Today, you don't need to think to pedal. You just do it. The same happens with money, with love, with health, with any area of your life. After so many emotional repetitions, the subconscious learns to manifest automatically. And here is an uncomfortable truth. If you don't reprogram, you'll keep pedaling to the same old destination. You'll repeat the same patterns of your parents, your childhood, your society. You'll live the same cycles, as if trapped in an invisible script. But if you dare to plant new seeds, life begins to flourish in directions you never imagined. Now think with me. What do you really want? Not what you think you can get, but what deep down you've always dreamed of having. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine you already have it. Feel the emotion as if it were real. That emotion is the key, because the subconscious doesn't distinguish between reality and imagination. It accepts as truth that which is repeated with emotion. And you might be wondering, but how do I maintain that emotion in the face of harsh reality? How do you feel abundance when the bank account is in the red? How do you feel love when you're alone? This is where the hidden point comes in. You don't need reality to create the feeling. You need the feeling to create the reality. Does it sound illogical? Yes. But that's exactly how the subconscious works. Joseph Murphy taught that if you desire something, you should imagine it as already accomplished. Not ask, not wait, but assume within yourself that it is already real. And repeat this until the subconscious accepts it. When that happens, doors open in mysterious ways. Opportunities arise, coincidences multiply, the right people appear. All because you change the signal you're transmitting. And here is the promise I made at the beginning. The final revelation is the most powerful of all. Pay attention. What you seek already exists in potential. Abundance, love, health, the ideal life. It's all already present in the infinite field. What separates you from it is not a lack in the universe, but the invisible barrier of the subconscious. And when you cross that barrier, when you make the subconscious accept that you already possess what you desire, the universe has no choice. It manifests. This is the forbidden secret. It's not about asking. It's about assuming. It's not about wanting. It's about being. It's not about waiting. It's about living internally as if it already were. When you become it within your subconscious, the universe reorganizes itself so the external matches the internal. And now, I want you to reflect. Are you willing to plant new seeds? Are you ready to abandon the old roots, even if they were planted by people you loved? Are you ready to assume your own reality without depending on logic, the opinions of others, or the doubt that has always accompanied you? Because if the answer is yes, you have already taken the first step toward true manifestation. And remember, if this content resonated with you, there is something even deeper waiting for you in the link in the first pinned comment. There, you will find a way to apply this directly to your life, with practices that can turn your subconscious into your greatest ally. Don't put it off, because every day you repeat the old beliefs is a day you create the same old reality. Now stay with me until the end, because I'm going to lead you even deeper into this process. After all, transformation doesn't happen when you understand. It happens when you feel. By now, you may be realizing something very profound. It's not the universe that's slow. It's not life that's unfair. It's not fate that's punishing you. What keeps your reality in the same place is the reflection of the invisible orders you, without realizing, have given to your subconscious. And this realization might hurt at first, because it's hard to look back and see that many of the things you didn't want to attract, you ended up creating yourself. But at the same time, this is the most liberating revelation of all. Because if you created it up to this point, you are also the one who can create a new future. The key isn't outside. It never was. It's in how you choose to feel, how you allow yourself to believe, how you open yourself to replacing old impressions with new seeds. When you understand this, the whole game changes. You stop being a victim of life and become its architect. You stop pleading for what you desire and start commanding your subconscious as a conscious creator, knowing that it, in turn, will command the universe. But here is a crucial detail. The subconscious doesn't respond to haste. It doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to quiet conviction, to gentle repetition, to a feeling cultivated with faith. That's why, instead of wasting your energy asking one more time, start living as if you have already received. Walk like someone who already possesses, feel like someone who already is. This is the language the subconscious understands. And you might think, but if I just imagine, will life change? The answer is yes, when that imagination ceases to be a daydream and becomes an internal state accepted as truth. Because the universe doesn't distinguish between what has already happened and what you assume as real in your deep mind. It simply replicates what you vibrate. And now, I want you to imagine something. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and see before you what you most desire. Don't look at it from a distance, but step into the scene. Feel the texture, hear the sounds, breathe the air as if you were really there. If it's prosperity, see yourself already living in abundance, feeling the freedom to choose without fear. If it's love, imagine yourself enveloped by affection, by reciprocity, by the presence of someone who truly values you. If it's health, feel the lightness of your body, the energy flowing, the vitality pulsing in every cell. And as you feel this, silently repeat, "This is mine. It is already real. It is already true within me." Do you feel the power of that? It's not just visualizing, it's merging with the experience. And the more you repeat this merging, the more the subconscious assumes this truth. When that happens, life on the outside has no alternative but to reflect what you have already lived on the inside. And here is the final revelation, the one I promised from the beginning, and which is perhaps the most powerful of all. You don't need to fight to convince the universe. You only need to convince one part of yourself, your subconscious. And when it accepts, the entire universe conspires. There is no resistance, no delay, no barriers. Life reorganizes. You could be just one belief away from the life you desire. You could be one night, one practice, one simple moment of inner faith away from the turning point you've always dreamed of. And when that moment comes, when the subconscious yields and accepts the new command, everything transforms. Sometimes silently, sometimes suddenly, sometimes through coincidences so perfect you'll wonder, how is this possible? And the answer will be clear. You created it. So allow yourself to believe. Allow yourself to assume it's already yours. It doesn't matter what the past was. It doesn't matter how long you've waited. It doesn't matter how many times you've tried and failed. The subconscious doesn't keep track of time. It only keeps track of orders. And starting today, you can give a new order. Now, if this video spoke to you in some way, if it awakened something that seemed hidden, if it gave you the feeling that you finally found the missing piece, I want you to do two things. First, Leave your like and subscribe to the channel. This is more than supporting this work. It's a commitment you make to your own transformation, a sign that you have chosen to open yourself to the new. And the second thing is simple but powerful. Go to the first pinned comment. There. Something is prepared for you, a path to deepen this journey, to really put into practice everything we've talked about here. Don't ignore this call, because life changes when you decide to act. Never forget, the forbidden secret of the law of attraction is not in repeating, not in waiting, not in pleading. It is in assuming the new truth within yourself and letting the subconscious reproduce it in the world. And when you do that, you'll discover that the universe never said no. It was just waiting for you to learn to speak the language it understands. Now, the next step is in your hands. The universe is already ready to respond. Are you?